welcome back to Scooping Poop with Vivian and also my giant cage. Yay! So I've been trying to get this video up for a very long time now, but because of life and also laziness, procrastination, and also my inability to find freaking organic topsoil, made this video a little bit delayed, but nonetheless I have everything set up, and so today I'll be sharing my adult TEGU cage. I'll be giving a tour of the cage in just a moment, but right now I want to talk to you guys about what all of this actually is. So if you guys don't know, I did rescue a TEGU a couple of months ago. He was being neglected at a pet store and I decided that this baby was going to come home with me. But hopefully most of you guys know that TEGUs get really big, especially the males, and that you're going to need a huge cage eventually. So I definitely had a lot of trouble looking around for cages and all of that, but I finally figured something out.
So this here is an overview of the cage. It is 8 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet.
It's made by the lovely company Reptile Kages, and I'll talk to you guys about them in just a second. Okay, so the cage has these giant sliding doors that are really easy to open, and I'll show you around inside. I took some of these concrete ceramic cinder block thingies from Home Depot and I stacked them so I could create a little tower platform thing so that he could achieve a proper basking temperature. So down here I basically created kind of a staircase, and so he can get on up there really easily. And the texture of these blocks actually aren't that scrapey, so it's not going to hurt him, but as he climbs on it, it's going to help really grind down those giant claws of his. So for the platform, I have a 2x2 piece of wood, and what this does is it creates an actual place where he can sit on so he can bask properly. And in the back here, I just have another little concrete block thing just so it can hold down the platform so it doesn't fall. But he has made a habit of pooping on there, so that's just absolutely lovely. Welcome to Scooping Poop. As you guys can see here, he is actually in the middle of shedding, so we have TEGU skin everywhere. I feel like if I sold this online, people would buy it. So right now his basking temperature is around 115 to 120 degrees. As he gets older, it might get a little bit hotter because adult TEGUs actually do need a very hot basking spot. I achieved this with a 160 watt But basically I achieved this with a 160 watt mercury vapor bulb, which also provides UVB lighting, so that's super convenient. As for the substrate, it is a mixture of coconut fiber, cypress mulch, and also, what's it called? Peat moss. So I was trying to find freaking organic topsoil, but no store had organic topsoil. So I ended up going with organic peat moss, which actually works out really well. It's not as dusty as I thought it would be, and this maintains humidity like a dream, and he loves burrowing in it. Okay, so my camera just cut me off, and that was really rude. But over here I have a green little tube thingy that's actually meant for small mammals, such as, you know, ferrets and rabbits and all of that. And he likes it because he can go inside, underneath it, on top of it. And if you're wondering where my little TEGU baby is, hello. He's probably mad at me. And with these cinder blocks, I created a type of hide, I guess, so he can go inside here and back there, which he does like to hide in. As we move along to the cool side of the cage, we have more Dollar Tree plants and this giant plastic terracotta pot. I believe it is like a 30-gallon pot. I saw it and I thought it was beautiful. It was just calling my name, and I needed to buy it. And over there we have a cat litter box that he uses as a swimming pool / water dish. Of course it is insanely dirty right now because this little piece of crap likes to cake himself in dirt and then go for a swim. I know it's a really simplistic setup, but I find that TEGUs, since they are mostly terrestrial, they don't need a lot of high points to climb on, and they mostly like digging in dirt anyway. So a setup like this provides him with enough shelter that he has fun, but not so much coverage that he becomes antisocial and sad. Honestly, I just say that and he's just, I mean, he's not Are you gonna come out, baby? So I realized in my tiny brain, it wasn't really effective holding my camera like this and talking to you guys about everything. Okay, y'all, before we get any further, so I realized in my tiny brain, it wasn't really effective holding my camera like this and talking to you guys about everything. I need to mention one thing. You guys already know that I'm very active about my opinions and I don't hold back when it comes to the truth about reptiles and stuff. But I would like to mention that this video would not be possible without the amazing help of ReptileKages.com. Now they are helping me out in supporting my channel in this way, and I'm actually an affiliate with the company now. I actually reached out to them because I realized that there were a huge lack of commercial cages available for tegu owners and for just large reptile owners. If we're talking about large cages, everybody recommends building your own cage. Although I am a huge DIY person, like I'm clumsy and dumb and cannot function sometimes. And I just knew that there's no way I could build a cage by myself. Now the first thing I want to mention is that you can definitely customize the cage. When it comes to other places, sometimes you have to have like an appointment set up. On their website, you can literally just select all the things you want and just send it in. And another thing that most people worry about is that if you're gonna have a giant cage shipped to your house, then the shipping is going to be insane. It's at least $300 to $500 more, which, I mean, yeah, no, like that's different. Like you can't get Amazon Prime on a giant cage. And not to mention, it usually takes either a couple of weeks to a couple of months for an order to be processed and actually shipped to you. Now this brings me to why I find Reptile Kages so incredible, is the fact that their shipping is 5 to 10 days. As in 5 to 10 days later, you will get your entire cage. And the best part is that shipping is free. Hello, Zach and Rose, if you guys are watching this. They're the couple that makes all of these cages, and they are a small family company, so I think it's good to support small businesses in this giant, horrifying reptile industry. But I did mention I am an affiliate with them, so if you want to go to the link in my description, if you buy anything, I do make a tiny commission off of that. It does really help support this channel, and plus you get amazing quality items. I did pay for the cage. I got a discount because I'm an affiliate with them now, but they didn't just send this to me and ask me to make a video. Everything was thoroughly planned. But that was a general view of the cage, and I'll have more footage later, but I decided to break down certain aspects of the cage and explain it in further detail. So one of the most controversial aspects of tegu care is what substrate is best. Now, looking on forums and doing research, most people recommended organic topsoil mixed in with clean play sand. So two other options that are insanely popular is coconut fiber or eco earth, and also cypress mulch. These two are super popular because they're usually found in pet stores and again hold humidity really well. The only problem is when you're buying so much substrate for a 8x3x3 cage, it gets insanely expensive really quickly. So what I decided to do is do a mixture of cheap bulk substrate and also coconut fiber and cypress mulch. I think I ended up using around 7 blocks of eco earth, 1 bag of cypress mulch, and around 60 pounds worth of organic peat moss. I could definitely play around with new substrates in the future, but since you don't exactly have to clean out all of the substrate for each cage clean, I'll probably stick with this for quite a while until it's needed. And of course, another part of tegu care that people will not stop fighting each other about is their lighting and heating. I've heard from a lot of people that tegus don't need UVB light. Confusion, like what? I am confusion. Metabolic bone disease is actually fairly common in young tegus because they don't get enough vitamin D3 and calcium. And a major reason of that is the lack of UVB lighting. So I don't really understand why people are fighting over this. I think there's really no harm in just providing UVB light anyway. As for the bulbs go, I know each fixture can hold up to 250 watts. So for the very first one, as my basking bulb, I chose a 160 watt mercury vapor bulb. And essentially what this does is that it produces a very high amount of heat for basking, but it also produces a good amount of UVB light so that it can get proper D3 and function like normal reptiles. And as for the UVB, it is a T5 bulb, and it is a 12% Arcadia UVB bulb. And because it is situated so high, I definitely wanted to make sure I had more than one source of UVB so that he could control how much he actually wants to absorb. So his primary source of UVB lighting is going to be the mercury vapor bulb, but of course the strip light also gives him a little bit extra, and it kind of just lights up the cage in a really beautiful white light anyway. As for the third bulb, it's really a not so important kind of light. For me, it's more of a just in case type of bulb, especially for the winter. It goes in the center of the cage, and it is a 75-watt, just standard basking floodlight. So really, those are the two big elements I felt like I needed to address, because as for everything else, people really have their own standards of decorating the tank. Again, tegus aren't huge climbers, especially as adults, but I did want to add some level so you can have some fun and also utilize the amazing 3 feet I got. Oh goodness, I really didn't want to bring him out because he is shedding, but here is the star of the show. He is my darling, darling little tegu boy. And no, I haven't named him yet. I feel like announcing that makes me a terrible mother because I've had him for months now and he doesn't have a name. It doesn't mean I don't love him. Like, it's pretty freaking obvious I love him. I gave him a giant freaking cage. The reason why he doesn't have an official name yet is because I love him so much, and I see him as a really, really precious animal. Like, a tegu is my dream lizard. So I feel like I really, really, really have to just have meaning in this name and not name him something really stupid like Reject Muppet. But yeah, this is him. He is, again, in shed, so that's why he's a bit flappy. He is quite large. I mean, woo! Right now, he's around 2.5 feet, and I can't wait until he's big and good boy, and he smells like poop. But I think he's definitely been enjoying this cage, so thank you so much, Reptile Kages, for helping me out and providing him with this beautiful home. I'm sure he's very, very grateful. Look at him, he's so mad at me. Psst. Whenever you have a light that's really close to a reptile, you should always have a safety guard around it, because for some reason, when tegu sees bright light, they think it is the god of sun, and they want to kill it and hurl themselves at it. I have one that is coming really, really soon, but for now, I'm keeping an eye on him. But that's a quick note, I don't want to be oh my god. So once again, this is just a quick overview of the cage, and if you're wondering where the ventilation is, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but there are ventilation bars all along the back, and you can actually request for extra ventilation if you are doing something bioactive. But that's just a quick note. Yes, he can definitely breathe in here. Y'all, I'm too short. I can't fit in frame, so I have to sit on my knees and it hurts. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I'll definitely give you more updates on my tegu and announce his name when I come up with it. And I'll also be featuring this cage in a lot more videos, and as I update it, I will definitely be sharing it. I hope it was still informative and that it didn't feel too much like an advertisement or anything, because I genuinely really like this cage and I'm just so happy to have it. Definitely be sure to like the video and also subscribe so you can support Scooping Poop, and also check out reptilekages.com. Link will be in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye! Okay, so I also wanted to mention, since everybody just loves making fun of the fact that I haven't named my tegu yet, Reptile Kages also make little name decals that you can put on the cage. Like, you can put the name of your reptiles, and they sent me this unnamed in the mail. And I don't know why, when I saw it, it just made me laugh so hard because, yeah, this is,